Hey, it's Rob. Let's go over 7 things to know about 7 Days to Die. Tomorrow I will be posting day 1 of our first series, but before we get into that, I wanted to go over some basic information to know about the game. This is intended for any of you who are not as familiar with 7 Days to Die, so that you will not be lost or confused as we dive in tomorrow. So first off, 7 Days to Die is a zombie apocalypse survival game that has RPG, mining, crafting, and base building elements. It is a voxel game, which means that the world is fully destructible, including the landscape. Think Minecraft, but with much better graphics. So let's get into our 7 things. Thing 1, the initial quests. As soon as the game starts, you will notice in the top right corner that we have a quest to gather plant fiber and then craft a bedroll. This is the first of 8 quests that are given to us. By completing these quests, the game actually gives us 2 very important rewards. The first reward that we're given is 4 skill points, and these 4 skill points are actually going to launch us into our Thing 2, which is the skill tree. Every action that you do in 7 Days to Die, whether it is searching a lootable container, harvesting resources, or killing zombies, grants a player experience. As you gain enough experience, you will gain levels. Every time you level up, the game grants you a new skill point. These skill points can be invested into perks, which can do many things like unlocking new crafting recipes, increasing your character's damage, or increasing your survivability. Thing 3. The second reward that you get for completing the 8 initial quests is the game will mark the nearest trader on your map. This is important because traders allow you to buy and sell things and can also give you quests. Trader buildings are indestructible and are closed throughout the nighttime hours. Thing 4, resources. Because everything is destructible in a 7 Days to Die world, that means everything in the world can be harvested for resources. 7 Days to Die is built on the idea of gathering, looting, and mining resources in order to advance in the game. Everything in the game is a resource, including time. Time is actually one of the most important resources. How you spend your time, what you do during the day, and throughout the night will greatly determine how well you do in this game and how fast you advance. Thing number 5, base building. Like Minecraft, 7 Days to Die has a huge element that is built upon base building, but it also has one key difference from Minecraft, in that physics is incorporated into the base building of this game. Zombies are able to attack the structures of your base. If they are not able to reach you, zombies will begin to attack the supporting structure of whatever building you are on. If a building loses enough supports, it will begin to collapse. This is also true of mining tunnels underground. If you do not have enough support, or if you mine too big of holes, it is possible for the ceilings to collapse down upon you. A collapse can also happen if a building has too much side load while it's being constructed. It is always important to consider the supports that you have in whatever base you are trying to build. Thing 6, Horde Night prepping. The very name of this game, 7 Days to Die, foreshadows the biggest mechanic that it has. The night of every 7th day, a zombie horde shows up to wherever you are. This is referred to as a blood moon. As a player levels up, more and more difficult hordes will show up on the blood moon. Having a well-prepared horde base is an essential component to this game. This is the purpose of all the resource gathering and looting that is done. It is imperative to build a strong base, fill it with traps, and have plenty of weapons and ammunition to survive every Horde Night. And this leads us to our final thing, the Horde Night itself. Surviving a Horde Night is what this game is all about. Spending your time wisely so that you are the most prepared you possibly can be is the most critical component of this game. When nighttime hits, and it's 2200 hours in-game, a large zombie horde starts spawning all around wherever you are and comes to attack you and whatever structure you're on or in. The horde's size and difficulty increases as the player levels up. 7 Days to Die also allows you to customize your Horde Nights. So for instance, you can make them more frequent, less frequent, or even happen at random intervals. This will be the series that we will be starting tomorrow. We will be playing a random Horde Night series. What this means is that our Horde Nights will have the chance to start from every 1 to 8 days. That means the very first night that we spend in the game is possible for a horde to show up. The other interesting mechanic that we will be doing is that I will disable the blood moon warning that the game typically gives you. On the day before a blood moon, The day number shown at the top of the screen is highlighted red, which means that night will be a horde. What I will do is disable this warning so that the first chance that we will know that a horde is coming is actually a couple in-game hours before the sky will begin to turn red and we will start hearing lightning in the distance. This will be our warning that the horde is happening that night and will keep us scrambling to stay prepared, especially as the hordes become more and more difficult. Well, I hope you found this video to be helpful and informational leading up to day 1 of our first series. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are as well. So until then, take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.